People look at a omnipresent content strategy, right? How can I create content in one place and distribute it everywhere? Just like this webinar could also be on a YouTube and Twitter and maybe a podcast if you say okay to Paritosh talking to Rahul, right? So the point is we try to ma- increase discovery wherever we can, right? So of course brands do have a choice of distributing it in multiple endpoints, but uh, adding to that stat, Shan, there is one study it says 52% of all people go to YouTube to listen to something. They're not watching anything.
Yeah.
And if you have seen, that's like even we all would have done it, right? We keep one YouTube tab open. There's a bunch of Arijit Singh songs, or there is some kind of gym workout, right? YouTube has become a de facto MP3 player now for or content player now for anything we want, right? Like a child watching 20 rhymes back to back, or an adult playing some gym music and working out. So YouTube is, as much as it's a video platform, people also use it only for audio. So if you are looking at having a podcast and having it distributed on YouTube, of course, please do. It does help in discovery. Yeah. I'll take this, Nishant. I come from advertising for 15 years. I've done that for a living. Media agencies, I've talked to some of them. We do have very working relationship with media agencies. First thing I tell them is, this is not an impression buy. This is not a click-to rate. If you want to tell long story, you go make your 6-second ad, put it on YouTube. People skip that 6 seconds. That's a very different model because you're able to reach 100 million people there. 10% of them saw it. 1% of them clicked on it. For us, it's directly cutting to that 1% of that 100 million people who are willing to give you their time and attention, right? So when we work with Murthy here to create Ishq Bhi, it is 100 minutes of story, right? Sandeep meets Priya and they fall in love and he wants to say yes to all her wishes all his life. So he starts investing in mutual fund. The brand is integral to the plot. You cannot split the brand and the podcast separately, right? The best example for this is Coke Studio. You cannot call it as either Coke or Studio. It is Coke Studio, right? So if you're looking at creating integrated experiences like that, native storytelling, that's the way to look at podcast. If you're looking for bidding it, today any ad network platform lets you interrupt your any content experience, right? You can interrupt an ad, you can video, you can interrupt a podcast, you can interrupt a news article. This is not that to begin with. So the dollar per stream is a out of context question, at least in the nascency that we are in this space. So this is a subset of the internet audience base as well, right? So for example, the language, Hindi as a language is spoken by some 500 million plus people in India. So there was a reason why we started with Hindi. When Awaaz went live Jan 2019, we just had a modest 100 hours of Hindi programming when we went live, right? So there was a reason because it is the largest spoken language and there are so many different states, right? Almost pretty much whole of North India you can target with Hindi. And then, of course, English is the early adopters, right? So these are the people with an iPhone. These are the people who have heard about podcasts. These are the people who have a paying subscription to a Netflix kind of a thing. So they understand what is podcast. They're also the busy people who like to listen to it when they are doing something else, when they're commuting, when they're in a driving, when they are walking their dog, whatever it is, they still like to learn something new or stay productive. So that's why, the Jay Shetty that you mentioned, Alok, is a huge hit because people who needs motivation, especially coming like the quality of Jay Shetty, right? So it's decision makers, CXOs, others who to listen to somebody like Jay Shetty and other motivational English podcasts, right? So Hindi is very different. The programming is, if I may say, it's more like a star plus, right? So there are GEC, there is some humor, show, drama, a lot of content. English is very different. Like Amit was saying, you can explain Intel there in a show and people will still listen to it, right? So the audience and genre kind of overlap onto each other from an inside point of view, right? English is very different. You can have very quirky, even from a non-fiction like humor and all. In the English, you can have a lot more quirkier. You can have some amount of non-brand safe words in it, or you can beep it out. It's still fine. Hindi has to be a lot cleaner and a lot family-centric, sanskari-ish. So that's my take on it. So So this is just one piece of data. I know it looks like noodles and pasta mixed, but this is just, it's coded for a reason, right? You can see city-wise what genre is, right? You can see how different cities vary, and things like that, right? So we know it to the last little city that people listen to. Somehow Kathmandu has come in the top now. It has come in the top 5, top 6 now, right? So I don't know what people
numbers on the top.
Sorry, numbers are the show code, which show is what, right? Yeah. So it's kept this way so that even if it is shared, somebody has it but has no clue, right? So each orange is for a particular genre, the blue is for a particular genre, so on, right? So this is one. Now, if you look at generally, if you look at my general stats, right? So I can tell you the demographics, I can tell you the city, I can tell you their audience interest and affinity, right? So how much percentage of my audience are tech savvy? Look, it's right on the top. How many percentage of my audience are media and entertainment enthusiasts? So you get the long tail of their interest, their affinity, their listening habits, and about 60% of our audience are aged between 18 to 34, right? So this is across cities. I can do further. I can split this into, okay, tell me the listenership age in Kanpur, I can give you that. Tell me how Bombay audience are different from Delhi, I can give you that, right? So when a brand comes to us and says, my audience are in urban, of course, I can send a notification only to the urban audience. I can make the content be available only to them. Or when we do HPRSP and it has to be reaching every Hindi speaker out there, then we know how to expose this content to them, make it discoverable for our audience and get the listenership, right? No, if it's an independent podcast, I would side with everything that Amit does, make it available everywhere. If you are somebody like us, then that's a lot of different strategies to do it. One is brand building campaigns. Like I don't know if anybody noticed my previous slide. If you see the 4 boundary walls behind, that's ours, right? It's on an international match called as the pink ball test. So marketing a podcast is a very hard thing if you are going to drive attention or listenership to your platform. But if you're an independent creator, go for make it ubiquitously available on all platforms and then use your power and social media to get listenership there.